Friends, let's start day 42 by connecting to the divine energies of Brahma Shri Pitama Patriji, Mahatar Babaji, Ramta Master, and all the other great masters who are here to support us on this divine design journey. Let's start day 42 by connecting to the divine energies of Brahma Shri Pitama Patriji. Please close your eyes, sit in a comfortable position, clasp your hands, cross your legs. Let's start the Anapanasati meditation with the relaxation of the body. Forehead is relaxed, neck is relaxed, shoulders are relaxed, back is relaxed, torso is relaxed, hip is relaxed, both the legs are relaxed. My whole body is completely relaxed and relaxed and relaxed. Forehead is relaxed, neck is relaxed, shoulders are relaxed, entire back is relaxed, torso is relaxed, hip is relaxed, legs are relaxed, body is completely relaxed and relaxed and relaxed. If the body is relaxed, touch watching the breath. Simple incoming and outgoing breath. Masters, slowly open your eyes after keeping your palms on your hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, welcome to day 42. Ha Bindu, tell me, what did you want to ask?
Smita, I was listening to day 29. As I mentioned, Sangeeta asked a question. Why is abduction and all those things?
Can you come on video?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Huh.
So we have Sangeeta also as proof here. Right.
Yeah. So then she asked the question why the abduction, like, is the abduction a part of the contract or Akashic records? And you said no. So why I'm asking, why can't it be part of the Akashic records?
See, these abductions, see, for example, let's say you want to be kidnapped as a part of your general human life. That will be a part of your Akashic records. Where another HTC who you have contracted with will come and kidnap you. They'll take you to Bombay, they take you to Delhi, they take you to New York, Japan, and all of those things. But you have no contract with people outside of Earth or outside of, not outside of Earth, outside of this particular 3D realm. Why do you have to have a contract? You are here to experience Earth and 3D realm of Earth. Why should you have a contract with 4D people? The whole objective is different, no? So why did the 4D people abduct us? They didn't want to scare us or something like that. They just wanted to understand how the human body is designed so that they can replicate it in their community, in their let's say even there have been a lot of civilizations and other things that have happening even before the earth experiment happened, everything in the now moment. And many of these civilizations also got to the point of destruction because of their own ways in which they led their civilization through curiosity and all of those kinds of things. Over time, they kind of lost. They were almost dying. Dying means whatever they were not anymore. They were not closer to source anymore. They had gone very far away from source and become more male oriented, male dominated kind of thing. So they wanted that balance. Even we are searching for the balance, no? Even in the human body, what do? We feel like something is wrong, something is wrong, something is wrong, because we are separated from God. The more we are connected to God, we don't feel that kind of gap. So even they did not feel that kind of oneness. But they wanted to go back to oneness. How did they go? How do we go back to oneness? Now they needed a body to go back to that state, because they were nobody in that whatever community was anybody in that were no longer in that kind of state. So they wanted to understand and take DNA from places where things are actually working.
Yeah.
They could go back to that state. So they tried to rob, or they tried to get information, take DNA and all of those things from the human body at the template levels.
Yeah, understood. I understood that. And okay, so this Akashic records basically it will be only in the 3D level. That's all. Not
It's only for the
between
3D.
dimensions, it won't be there.
See, it's a plan. It's a plan of what you want to experience in the 3D.
Experience. Okay, the soul will know. Actually, the soul will know everything. No, 3D, 4D, 5D, all the Ds it will be knowing. So then too, it won't be taking any contract with other
The
dimensions.
contract is planned. So why would they want their human body to be abducted, or human form to be abducted and then stolen and all of those kinds of things? Why would they want to put their themselves as a part of the experiment?
You never know.
Because that too with 4D beings. 4D beings itself. See, you don't have contracts. You will have contracts with people to have experiences in the 3D itself. You don't have contracts with anybody in the higher realms, because there is no concept of contract.
So this is our understanding, right?
No, they are clearly telling, no, even in the contracts chapter, they clearly told contract, Akashic record, all of those things are a part of the 3D duality world.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Smita.
Just give me a minute. I have to Amazon. Yeah, so contract is only for the 3D concept. As you go to higher realms, your contracts are not going to be valid at all.
There wasn't a need for the Akashic records in the 5D field because the human form was in a much higher frequency, allowing the human to remember who they are, why they incarnate, and how to navigate the 5D field.
Like in yesterday's chapter also, we spoke about contracts, right? So there is no necessary for you to create a contract. See, why do you need a contract for 3D? Because that planning will bring people together and give you that experience.
Experience, basically experience.
Yeah. Otherwise, if we were already in our own consciousness, then you don't need a contract, you don't need a thing. Everything is happening telepathically. It's all happening rather with your consciousness. You don't need to have a plan and then go execute a plan.
Okay.
Yeah. What was this other question? When downloads happen to people, are they also contracts?
Who?
Downloads happen to people, are they also a part of the contract? I don't know. Maybe.
So again, then it will be between
No,
dimensions.
I don't think it's a part of the contract. You're anyway connecting with your higher self, no? Where there's no contract with your higher self.
If we take that downloads are happening, that means it is from the higher dimension, right?
As a part of your plan, you have agreed to be a light worker. You've agreed to be connected to somebody else and all that. So to some extent, that is also like a contract only. But maybe when you have signed that in awareness, yeah, maybe that is also a part of the contract. That is also like a contract only.
Okay.
But we didn't have any contracts with 4D races when we got abducted and all that. Even if you think, let's say, all the things that I'll come to Earth, and at that time I'll take all of, for example, when Ramta downloaded, no, Ramta did not download. Ramta actually took the body of, rather had a contract with the Night to walk into her body, and then she will go out during that process. So he had control over the entire body, and that was also a contract only. And many other people, I think even Bashar talks about contract. Bashar is the higher dimensional being, and I forgot the human being's name. So when he speaks also, he says that in some other, he remembered that in some other life he had a contract with them to bring the information in this human life.
Yeah, so to be a channel.
But again, it is again a part of this thing only. An experience that you will get as a part of this. See, whenever there is a contract, there's also a part of evolution that is happening to you in return. So you are going to be evolving while doing that work or while connecting with that being.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. The next question I had posted in the group. Another question, the same by Sangeeta, it was asked by Sangeeta. How can a 3D form see the 4D form? So when they wake up in the during the process, it is given. No, if they wake up during the process or an experiment and they see the 4D form, the ego will.
It depends. See, when somebody has to see somebody, both of them have to be in the same frequency. When will they see that 4D being? When will they see the 4D being? When the 4D being has reduced himself to 3D frequency, and he is walking around in the room with a body. Then you can see. And coincidentally, if this guy wakes up, yes, you can definitely see.
See.
But if this guy is in 4D, but this guy is still in 3D, he can't see. Body is frequency.
But
because his eyes is what? Eyes is depending on the 3D frequency, no?
Yeah. But what they say, they take the 4D form to the 3D, right? I mean, human 3D humans 4D energetic body only they take it to 4D. So naturally they'll be able to see, right? Why can't they see? It is the 4D form of the 3D human body.
Who can see? I can't see my own body, right? Because I'm not conscious.
No. They can see the 4D form, the one who was abducted. Say the three.
Yeah, they can see. They are already in that level, no? They are already able to. They have the technology.
That was what now happens when they wake up. Means it is that 4D waking up, right? Or the 3D human body.
4D is never asleep. Our astral body and all of those things are not asleep at all. Even today, when you sleep, it will run away.
Okay.
It doesn't need sleep. Only this
So-
physical body needs sleep.
So this is a little confusing. Now see,
When you meditate, what happens? When you meditate and you go to those higher realms, you are conscious. Which means you are conscious of going to those deeper states. Which means you are conscious of wherever those bodies are. Your awareness is in physical body now. But when you meditate, your awareness is going to your higher bodies. And even if that higher body travels anywhere, you're going along with that consciously. Which means wherever God is, wherever your inner God is, you are basically traveling with that God. Your body's awareness is also traveling with that God. That is because your body is at that level. Your body has risen to that frequency. While you were here only, you were slowly navigated to that level. But today, when you are here, you don't know what is happening at those levels. Because your awareness is here right in front of the screen. So, you are wherever your awareness is, that is where you are. So, if your awareness is in some other, let's say at a energy body level, because you put the body to sleep. Why do we do relaxation? We do relaxation just so that the physical body can sleep, so that you can mimic the sleep process. So what happens in sleep? And over a period of time, when you continue to keep relaxing, you won't sleep off. Initially, some people sleep off, but over a period of time, you won't sleep off. You will travel wherever you'll be like silently seeing that your body is now asleep, and then now you'll be watching your mind, and then it will go to those higher levels. Mind will go to thoughtless state. Then whatever you will witness are higher states. You won't be able to tell which realm you are or which dimension you are, but you will be going to those realms. So the frequency has to match. The physical body's frequency has to match with, if you have to see somebody, both our frequencies have to match. For example, let's say Jesus. Jesus was in his not even super consciousness. He was in the source consciousness state. Source. Typically, when he died and he came back, he was in that source state. He ascended himself to the source state and he disappeared. Disappeared means his consciousness went off to that state. From that state, he intended that my body become alive. And then his body woke up and then he came back. So what happens? This body is now vibrating at the source level. But he had slowed it down very specifically so that he can work with people. So he was God, literally God, vibrating at a physical body state. He was aware. He was aware about every single state that he can go to. He could disappear also. His body itself could disappear. Though that is called the level of awareness that we have. That is called consciousness. So if two people are not in the same level, you can't see. Now Jesus had to put himself to 3. That is why other people could see him.
Yeah.
I'm sure when he had when he had disappeared and all of those, when he was vibrating in higher levels, people could not see him. They thought, oh, Jesus disappeared. Maybe some people would have seen him disappearing also. Oh, he's in front of you now. Suddenly, he's not in front of you. It's not like he disappeared. He just raised the vibrations of his own body consciously. That's all. Nothing disappears from anywhere. Everything is there only. It's just that vibrations keep changing. And then if you're able to control quantum field, atomic level, at that level, if you're able to work, at the atom level, if you're able to work, then you are able to manipulate. If you're able to control your own atoms, body's atoms.
So with Jesus, you were telling, no, how about Shirdi Baba or Raghavendra Swami?
Yeah, many, even Shirdi Sai Baba also, they have seen him disappearing, right? So many people. Yeah, take Raghavendra Swami also. Even he is like that. They are all having siddhis because they are all in higher dimensions. I don't know whether they have gone to source consciousness or no. As far as I know, Krishna has gone there. Jesus has gone there. Who else has gone there? I don't know. At least I've not read it in books. And I'm not at the level to be able to comment on it.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely, all these other people, saints and all of those people, all are immortals. And they're all ascended masters. Ascended masters means they have moved out of the birth and death cycle, and they have taken their body along with them to that level. So it is called, what level is that? One of those Satya Loka or something.
Okay.
Where there is no need for you to come back to earth.
Come back.
And even if you come back to earth, you will come for a purpose or something like that. It's purely your choice. And then you are not you are not going through, rather you don't have a plan to hurt yourself and all of those things. Hurt yourself means you're not here to experience life lessons and all of those things.
More of doing, helping others, like raise their frequency or raise.
Yeah. In Sai Katha and all that, they show him as a young boy, and then he goes through that process of becoming enlightened and all that. Maybe that was his journey to go to that level and become an ascended master.
Okay. Okay, Smita.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Smita.
Sure.
And one more thing with the meditation, sometimes the throat becomes so dry.
See, during meditation, lots of detoxes and all those things keep happening. So if you put fan and all and meditate, typically it will become dry. But even otherwise also, sometimes when the nasal passage and all is also dehydrated, you can experience that, because you are going to that sleep state. So at that time, cough also will come. Every other thing that you experience during that, slowly when you go to sleep, sometimes cough will come, sometimes throat becomes dry. All of those experiences will keep coming back.
Okay.
That is why when Patanjali told, we have to, entire Patanjali Yoga Sutras have been written only for meditation. The entire Ashtanga Yoga has been written only for meditation, so that all these rules can be followed, so that you can sit and meditate for 3 hours. So how can you sit and meditate for 3 hours if your body is not ready? Right? What does it mean to meditate, sit and meditate for 3 hours? Means your body will not shake. Even 1 inch like this, it will shake. No, no stretching your legs, no trying to cover like this, nothing like that. At that time, if something comes and touches you also, you won't know. That is the kind of level that they're talking about. 3 hours means. That means you're not like trying to go to thoughtless state. You're already in thoughtless state for 3 days, 3 years, 3 hours. So it takes a lot of sadhana. That means body has to become ready for that. And it's a journey. If you don't at all do, then when will the body become ready? Someday you have to sit like this and do, no? So what we do is, don't depend on, don't do any expectations. Just keep sitting, keep sitting, keep sitting. Show up every day. Maybe 1 inch will progress every day. Who knows? Right? Just keep doing. We don't know how much cosmic energy is coming. We don't know which dimension we are in. We are just knowing that we are going in one direction. How we are going? Are we walking? Are we going by bus? Are we? What is the rate of growth? Where are we in this journey? We don't know about anything. The only thing is, we will know when we have reached certain milestones. So we need to just wait for those experiences. That's all. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Smita.
Yeah. Okay. So why am I here? Okay. Chapter 20. Okay. Yesterday we discussed about what is this called? All the, in general, in the last 19 chapters, this is the final statement. So all the 19 chapters we have discussed Earth's experiment, and then how that it was started only for 5D, but eventually we dropped to 3D. And in between all this, they had to clean up the earth, again restart. And in between this whole thing, there were other HTCs who were curious about the design of the human body. And human body was like a white elephant. So everybody was attracted to the human body. And then they tried to take things from the human body in terms of how it is designed, and try to experiment with the human body, because they very well knew that I am not doing anything to the HTC. They tried to do whatever they want. And since everybody had free will, there was no stopping them. To some extent, 4Ds did do very discreetly, but there were these reptilians and all of those people who just came and just did whatever they want. And over a period of time, they were cleared off the Earth's surface. Reptilians majorly were cleared, but not everybody was cleared. The dependency for reptilians to get cleared was majorly through the higher evolutionary process. As the light becomes more in your body, only that will be able to help you realize as knowledge, as awareness, that I am not being who I am, kind of thing. And basically your own awareness is more important, more than enough for those things to get out of you, or not be in connection with you, or not bother you, kind of. So that was the whole thing that they did. And then finally Earth went off to 50% of this thing in 87 period. And since then, lots of other masters have come into the 5D grid, and they have constantly been trying to spread knowledge and give knowledge. And many people have sort of started to wake up, and all of those things have been happening. Now, in the 18, 19, 17 chapter, they told that, okay, all your, whatever you believe, you think is harming you, that many things like, you think that, okay, I could not have planned for such a worst lifestyle. Maybe it is because of my karma only I'm facing all these things. So I told that it is easy to blame on something that you can't see, or something that you can't prove. So, and convince yourself that it's okay, because of something else that gave me this problem. I have to go through it. There is no choice. So this is called victim consciousness. In victim consciousness, you put the blame on something else, and you go through that without, like, as if you don't have a choice. Okay. So that victim mentality is also something that will not help you to ascend, or it will not help you to evolve. So they had to give you this information that there is nothing that is controlling you, and everything that you are going through in this life is specifically planned for only this life. Even if there are experiences, let's say some part of the experiences that have been pending from past lives or something, it is not because you had to get a punishment and all of those things. Even though you did not deserve it, those things were planned. It was not like that. It was just that those light codes had to be experienced, maybe even in a deeper way, and all of those things. And hence it was planned again in this lifestyle. So there is no tracking system, is what they say in the last thing. So that was a very, what do you say, eye-opening for many of us. Now we continue to keep blaming many in our journey. At least in my journey, there has been a lot of talk about foods. And in the last 12 years of my life, and not just 12 years, I think in the last many years of my life, not even before 12 years of my life, I've always blamed foods for making me fat. And as a child, I have not eaten cold items, because I used to always have cold. Not eat ice creams because I used to have cold. Or by the time I hit maybe teenage and all that, I used to be slightly plump. So at that time, I used to think that if I eat junk foods, then I'll become even more fat. So I did not eat foods at that time. So uh, so either way, I have not been I've not had a great relationship with food right from my young days, and that eventually led me to having some diseases and all of those things, autoimmune issues and all of those things. And that eventually made me, and the diet and all that I eventually was led to, right, eventually made me to reduce my weight. But I had already formed a lot of belief systems to which were more fear based, right, which were more fear based. Of course, I did not know it was fear based. It came as an experience, and then those were the belief systems that I formed. Am I regretting all those belief systems? No, I'm not regretting, because I have seen phenomenal growth with those belief systems as well. And today, if I'm here talking and understanding these kinds of concepts, it was because those belief systems helped me to progress one step after the other, one step. So every time I went forward, there were belief systems that I have let go, and I have moved forward with a newer belief system. Many of those things have probably still based on fear-based belief systems, but I left some other level of fear and I moved on to some other level of fear. So I have been in this journey, and then overall, this journey has happened. So what did we learn in the last few chapters, is that our belief systems, which no are so we needed to experience certain core consciousnesses or certain let's say certain emotions as a part of this journey, and we needed some HTCs, not just HTCs. You can also think that the plant is also a HTC. So even food is a HTC, right? In that sense, you can take them as consciousness, right? So I at least feel that food is also a consciousness. So if food is giving me some experience and it is triggering something inside me, I'm sure there is some amount of contract that we have with the plant kingdom or with some kind of entity there. So that is also giving me some kind of feeling that is coming in out of me, right? So that is because, so why is it? It was inside. It was dormant inside. Some of the feelings are dormant inside, but when let's say there are 5 different types of fears, 10 different types of insecurities, 10 different types of emotionally insecure feelings, 10 different type of irritations, 10 different types of jealousy, all of those things. Let's say if I want to experience as a part of this life, I'll put those kinds of light codes and program all of those things and then put them into my DNA, Akashic records and all of that. Now I need people to trigger all of them in me, right? So many of these things will be triggered by your own family, some things by other people. So let's say they triggered, it means that was the time in that now moment that frequency and all matched and it all came out. And when it came out, initially, because you may not have the knowledge and you are not even aware of all of those things, it passed. It came and it also passed. But when it came and passed, did you experience the emotion fully? You didn't experience the emotion fully. So what happens? You started clogging your own energy body because you didn't experience it fully. But over a period of time, you will learn to experience it properly. At that time, what are they saying is when is this completion going to happen for each and everything that comes out? Is when somebody triggers it and it comes out and you say, oh yeah, I am aware. Oh, this is happening to me because this light code had to come out, this consciousness had to come out, and I'm great. I'm feeling irritation, I'm feeling jealousy. I can understand. You can understand that jealousy is happening to you, correct? You're feeling jealousy and all that. So at that time, it is like chor pakda gaya types, right? Until now, they were all in hiding and your awareness had not caught it. But now your awareness has caught it and it has now, like it has been caught red-handed, something like that. So once your awareness catches the truth in this whole game, then what happens? That will dissipate. There is no need for it to. So that is the idea of you experiencing it without any misunderstanding. So without misunderstanding, with awareness, if you're able to experience it, that it is necessary for me, all of those things, if you're experiencing, then it will get out of your body and that is like done. There is no clogging and all that. So until then, clogging keeps happening, right? So now what do we do with this clogging that is already inside the body? So when time comes, right, either cosmic energy will enter, let's say meditation, whatever, or the other ways in which you can experience is by reducing all your complex foods, and then go into reducing your, rather by what do you say, saving your vital energy. And whatever foods are closer to nature are typically high frequency foods. So when you bring them into the body's frequency will sort of change, because now there's a blend. You are not spending a whole lot of energy on digesting complex foods, but you're digesting it on this. Does that mean that these complex foods are bad? No, it is because your system has gone to that level where you are not able to take in that food and balance. But what if you already were in a higher consciousness state, because you've now cleaned up with your trauma, blah, blah, all of that is done, and now your body is vibrating at a higher level, then these foods will be lower than so at that time they will not really rather you will not have, and let's say you don't even have a belief system about this food is bad, that food is, so then there is no problem at all. But today you have, let's say now all of these traumas are coming out, because every day sun is pumping some form of energy into you, assimilation is happening, alchemization is happening, all of those things are happening. Something is constantly moving a train in the forward direction. But as it keeps moving, your frequency, as it keeps improving, the clogging also will start coming out of your body. Now when it comes out of your body, it will come out in the same form, or it will come out giving you the same emotions that you had clogged in the past, which you had not accepted in the past. So at that time when it comes again, you it's better to be aware, it's better to be accepting of the feeling. So in any case, whether you are aware and accepting in the first time itself, or you're aware and accepting after the clogging, and the clogging is getting out of your body as detox, in both the situations you are expected to be aware, you're expected to accept things, and you're expected to release it and wait until it releases, and like be with that kind of thing, right? So this is what is necessary to remove to experience the 3D as per your plan, and experience this detox and all that again as per your plan, right? So at any point in time, even in some now moment, if somebody is like doing something to you, and suddenly you realize, oh yeah, I'm actually anxious because let's say my daughter is not studying, and suddenly you say, study, tomorrow's test, this, that, whatever. Then you will suddenly catch yourself and say, hey, why are you constantly pushing yourself like this? Are you anxious? Oh yeah, she actually triggered the anxiety inside me. Then all that you have to say is, thank you so much, dear HTC or whatever, dear daughter, thank you so much. Mentally, you can say these things. And then you can understand that you went through anxiety. So which means you caught yourself in the act. And then you understood that stuff. So that's it. Then you're not clogging it, and you finish experiencing anxiety, you also understood everything, and then you're releasing this whole process, whole thing. So this is what we have to keep trying. Sometimes you may catch yourself, sometimes you may not catch yourself, and whatever pending that has not been caught in the awareness, at least when it comes out, be aware and allow things to come outside the body, and see if you can keep your body vibrating at a higher level by reducing what do you say, items that that reduces your own body. Food itself, right, is vibrating at a certain frequency, because some foods are cooked, some foods are alive, and all of those things. So that is why we try to depend on these placebos to help us manage our own vibrations. So when those vibrations are managed, the body will clean up anyway. But at that time also, if you are not aware and you think that I need to protect my body, then again what will happen? The things are still inside you, and whatever clogging it had made, that you removed through your problems, through your detox and all. But again, there is a potential for you to keep making it again and again into the body. So it will not get healed at a root level. So we need to be aware. We need to accept challenges as a part, accepting things that will happen in the body by saying, okay, I'll eat this also. Let's say you want to eat some samosa, but you were scared in the past. Oh, now let's say after hearing 19th chapter, oh, food is not actually going to affect me. right? Now, after eating samosa, you enjoyed the samosa. Then after that, suddenly now something happened, stomach upset happened, right? So then what will you say? I think my stomach is upset because of the samosa. So what does it mean? It means that at a being level, at your programming level only, you have not changed, which means you're still technically you're thinking that I understood the chapter and I'm applying and all that, but you're still subconsciously still believing all of these things. So it has to become like really fundamental. It has to become a fact inside you. We discussed about facts and beliefs, right? That belief has to become like a strong fact inside you, that no, food cannot affect me. Food is also a consciousness. Food is also God. That kind of inner thing has to come. It's okay. I'll go through whatever I had to experience, because it is a collection that I have accumulated. Let it come out. Today it had to come out. So let it come out. Maybe this emotion of samosa had to trigger that detox inside me. So great. Thank you, samosa. So at some fundamental level, you need to, what do you say, work with your body and your mind and align with this whole process. And how you talk with your mind and body, that is up to you. But if you should stop blaming, you should stop fearing things, you should stop fearing detoxes, you should stop fearing discomforts and all of those things. Only then life will move on smoothly. And I'm not saying that, and here they also said that you may understand that you may invalidate the contract and all of those things over a period of time, because you are now aware that, okay, this is happening for the right reasons and all of that. But the other person may not be still in your level of consciousness, and that HTC may continue to keep giving you the same experience. So at that time, what should we do was the question that came up also in the book itself. Then they said, you just have to ignore it. You just have to not respond to it, is what they said. And it means you should not come to that old, get irritated, get this, get that. All that should not happen. Every single time you need to maintain that sense of balance, that, yeah, it's all from my side. This is how it is. This is how I'm going to respond. So that stability is what they are looking at. That stability is what will actually make you go to the higher dimensions. If you are not stable, it's not like there is a school which is trying to push people from 3rd standard to 4th standard without even their exam being proper. Let's say many people, they don't correct also in your lower classes. They'll just keep pushing. Why? Because sometimes fees has to be paid or whatever. Only in 10th standard all this filtering happens. But until then, they just keep pushing. Whether they are failed or not failed or something, we never know. But children get pushed from one class to the other class. But here, that doesn't work. You need to become eligible, completely be able to stand and understand. Because please understand that if you are not learning from your lessons, if you haven't got the wisdom to go higher, that means you are not responsible enough to stand there and face all of those new energies. You can stand in those new energies only if you have got the lessons from your previous energies. So no need to hurry this process, because there's so much to learn from this. Okay, but you don't have to try and knock every single door to ensure that your ascension happens like this. It doesn't work. You are the one who has to work hard on your ascension. Nobody else can shortcut your process. If that was a process, I mean, Ramta clearly says that if Jesus, Buddha, all of those people, they showed how a human can become God. Okay, they showed how a human can become God. And even when they were trying to teach people how human can become God, forget about Buddha, that was anyway recent. Jesus, let me talk about Jesus. He did all this and showed people in a state where people could not understand him so much. So all his teachings are in the form of puzzles. Are in the form of puzzles. Or even take our Sanskrit scriptures and all of that, Krishna's and many of these Bhagavad Gita stuff and all that. Everything is the form of a puzzle. Puzzle means like some cryptic, very cryptic. And when will you understand that? Only when you get to that level. Then the hidden meanings will be understood, because they know that each of those words have a certain energy. That programming, like how light codes are there, no? Even words have light codes. Even words are made with light codes. Somebody would have intended and brought it down to 3D and all of those things, and then it will be published in a book. Everything is light codes only, because that is also like physical, right? So when your energy reaches that state, then you'll understand. So if Jesus had the power to push everybody to 5D and all of that, he would have done long back. Why didn't he do? Why did Buddha do? He said, boss, it's your journey. You are here to go. You only have planned this. If you have to go, work your way till that state. So there is no shortcut in this process. You are the one who's facing your family. You are the one facing all your situations. You are the one who has planned it. You are the one who has decided what kind of irritation, this, that, emotion I will feel. And you have contracted with people. Now, where will Jesus come in this whole thing? Or where will Buddha come? Where will your sannyasis and all of those things, or other people come? Or where will the other masters come? Nobody is here in this picture. You don't have to depend on anybody. You have to just continue to keep doing the right thing and just keep going forward. That's all. Okay. As we begin to close this book and share our final thoughts, who are these people? GFOL. We want to remind you that you are moving through an evolutionary shift in human consciousness. In a linear time-space dimensional field and within the quantum field, Earth and all on her are evolving individually and collectively. Collectively means at paradigm level. Regardless of the program's paradigms, emotions, behaviors, thoughts, beliefs, and traumas you are currently experiencing in your 3D, there are other dimensional fields occurring now on the Earth plane that you will anchor into. See, it is like once you go from 3D to 4D, 4D to 5D, you can still access 3D and 4D. But in case of 4D races, they were specifically meant only for 4D. So that's why being in 3D was difficult. When you take specifically 5D bodies, right? Let's say somebody was originally HDCs who are originally in 5D. Even they cannot move across dimensions, because that is the whole beauty about this human body, that you can go to any dimension. You can go to any dimension. Like I said, Jesus, he went to his source level, he went and he came back. And he had the power to control his vibrations at each of level, whichever dimension he wants to go. Source is what? Let's say if there are hypothetically 50 dimensions, right? This is beyond 12D. It's a macrocosm, right? It's a macro quantum field. There also he went. So the human body is designed so beautifully that you can actually reduce your vibrations, you can increase your vibration, you can do anything with the human body and the awareness that is inside the human body. Everything is so customized. Everything is so dynamically programmed, right? Dynamically programmable, which is exactly why people wanted to understand how this is designed. And this has been designed over millions of years. People did a lot of training and testing and all of those things. And only then, remember, the GFOL and their team members specifically lived on Earth for millions of years to test the physical body in the 5D. And only then volunteers were called to occupy the 5D, occupy the body and go through it and all of those things. First, initially, body was created and they were all adults going through physical bodies. Later on, only all this baby concept and all of those things came. Before that, it was all just one suit that they were walking and then going. Like how you go to Jurassic Park or something inside a, let's say, a van and Jeep and all that, no, something like that. Okay. So you can definitely access. Your reality is shifting and will continue to shift. Do not buy into the belief that the world is falling into deep chaos. Okay, this is happening in the current state. I have personally been into workshops where people say that if you don't ascend, you will be in deep shit, and you will probably go through a lot of, let's say, mind programming, all of that. See, how can you ascend? How can you evolve with a fundamental foundation of fear? So you should not put other people in fear and try to make them do better things. Have you ever tried to scare your children and say, you will fail if you don't try to study? This is the worst kind of motivation that you can even take the child into. It is so anti-law of attraction, right? It is so opposite of what you want to attract into your life. So look, when you go into classes, when you go into workshops, look at the fundamental message. Are you going into fear when you go into those workshops? So if you are going into fear, then you need to look at you need to evaluate, reevaluate and understand, oh, did this come to show me that I already had fear? Oh, thank you. Thank you, workshop. You helped me show that I have fear. Okay, now I understood it and I'm going to walk off. Never subscribe to anything that will take you into fear. Okay. Remember what we told you. Earth has anchored into a new reality, new world. Earth is in 5D and is waiting for humanity to meet her there. Remember, nothing is occurring on the earth in this moment. Both within you and around you is an accident. This is how an entire human collective evolves into higher states of consciousness. So what are they saying? Remember, nothing is occurring on the earth in this moment. Both within you and around you is an accident. It means everything that you see is actually it's like a mirror image. It's like getting projected. If you believe that everything is happening, something is causing fear inside you and it is actually happening outside, it is because it's inside your head. So it is not real, is what they are saying. So the reality is shifting. So be aware of what evolution is all about. You are all currently experiencing watching the trauma or density from the human collective be pulled out of darkness and into the light. Just like your own trauma, the human collective trauma must be seen, felt, and shifted into higher consciousness, higher frequencies. The way you move through this is by seeing the trauma, feeling the trauma, and then choosing who you want to be right now. So, for example, let's say now you saw some Israel war in the news. You saw people dying, some people under the contract bricks and all of the concrete bricks and all of those kinds of things. Then what is the first thing that you're going to feel? Oh my God, I don't know, all of that you'll feel, right? So that is feeling the trauma, seeing the trauma, feeling the trauma. And then you have to bring your knowledge in front of you and say, okay, this is actually coming to trigger these kinds of traumas inside me. Yeah, I understood that this was a trauma that is already inside me. I now release it. I can understand that I actually felt the feeling of, felt that hurt of that person trapped under the bricks and all that. Yeah, you went through that process of trauma, whatever it is. Maybe sometimes you'll feel for 2 days, 3 days, who knows. So then once you come into that awareness, come back to your center. Your choice and your sovereignty are your superpowers. Your choice and your sovereignty. Remember, nobody can affect you. Nobody can hurt you. Nobody can put you through fear unless you are okay to put yourself through fear. And you have a choice to walk away from anything. You have a choice to subscribe to a paradigm. You have a choice to subscribe to a paradigm. You can say, I don't want this kind of thinking. I want a different kind of thinking. You always have a choice. It's all choice layered with patience, compassion, surrender, trust, and deep knowing that all is well within you now. You are surrounded by higher dimensional beings. You are continuously anchoring the next highest version of you into your form. You are remembering your multidimensionality and you are courageously showing up for yourself and humanity, putting one foot down in front of the other. You are cherished, you are light, you are source, you are unique consciousness playing in the human form, standing on a courageous being called Earth. All of this entire book and so much more within and around you is precious. It is also fragile. This life is a gift. There is so much more we can share with you. We had to start somewhere and thus we began this book. We have shared an abbreviated version of all significant moments of Earth and humanity's experience as consciousness in physical form, experimenting with an evolutionary shift that is spectacular. Whatever you are experiencing as you read these words, we hope you can feel the infinite expanded version of you within your form. We hope you can remember through the energetic activation of these words that you chose this body you are in and you wrote this book of your life, of this life. We hope that you can feel the magnificence of your beingness as you walk each step of your path, as you courageously envelop each now moment with your eyes, with your new eyes and an open heart. We hope that you feel us through these human words and you remember how deeply you are loved, not for one linear moment where you alone on this path. We hope that as you move forward into each of your beautiful moments, you remember the story, remember your story, remember the earth story, and remember that you hold the quantum world within your physical form. We began this book sharing our deep love for you, and we will end this book sharing our deep love for you. If there is anything you take from these pages, may it be how deeply you are loved and how you are loved. You have never been anything other than love. Perhaps after reading these pages, you understand how you arrived in this moment and just how courageous it was to incarnate into this field of consciousness. Never once we have taken our eyes off you. Never once have you been separated from source. Never once have you done anything wrong. Never once have you disappointed. Never once have you been alone. In this now, as you read these words, we are watching you. We are watching you and loving you. You are connected to all. Be your humanness. Be you. Devour each of your human moments. What a gift to be experiencing it all. Love yourself and the human around you. You are all navigating this as HTCs in the dense form, all of you. Remember, all is perfect and divine. Nothing is right or wrong. And yet, in that statement, you can sit in the beautiful dimensional field that holds right and wrong. This is the evolution in the human consciousness. This is you shifting. This is you remembering the book you wrote in this lifetime. And whether this when this is so powerful, right? This is you remembering the book you wrote in this lifetime. And whether this is the first book you have written on earth plane or you have a library filled with books you lived, you are consciously, courageously, patiently turning on the light, putting on your reading glasses and remembering who you are and what you designed. And you are choosing in each now moment to create the next highest version of you. So just be. Know that you are light and then this form and that this life will turn in a blink of an eye. Devour it like it's the only now you have. There will be a now when you will be out of form in a HTC consciousness, remembering you're now in human form and what an absolute miraculous gift it was and experience it was and it is. We love you, we are with you, and we honor you. So we need to thank Laurie Ladd for bringing us this book. She's an author, spiritual teacher, and a thought leader specializing in the evolution of human consciousness. Her teachings and guidings have helped millions of people navigate the current planetary shift, embody sovereignty, and remember the divine design held within human experience. Inquisitive and intuitive, Laurie found her life purpose at 13 when she simply knew that she would assist humanity through the miraculous and divine collective awakening humanity is experiencing now. But it wasn't until 2015, after leading an almost normal life, which included an MBA, MA in psychology, teaching hot yoga, a corporate job, and a fiancé, that she fully permitted to her mission. People on all continents resonated with her teachings and down-to-earth personality, gathering together in a community which surpasses 1 million people. The Divine Design is Laurie's first book, and it came to her as a download through an initiatic journey to the sacred land of Machu Picchu. Designed to be a lifetime companion, the book reveals the untold stories of Earth and humanity's evolution in consciousness and provides the much needed tools for navigating the current planetary awakening. Okay, so this is it. Acknowledgements. First, I would like to thank my family and all of unconditional love and support. I don't know if I could have finished this book without your gentle, loving, cheering me on. Thank you for seeing in me what I sometimes could not see in myself. Each of you is a gift from God, and I'm endlessly grateful for your support. I would like to thank Joe Garrido, who has been by my side since the moment I put the paper to pen. Your encouragement, love, and undying support means more than you will ever know. You lifted me up when I didn't believe in myself. You reminded me of why I was writing the book. You kept me going when I wanted to quit. Thank you for that. I would also like to thank my best friend Brandy Littles for all her undying support, love, and encouragement. I don't know where I would be without you. And finally, to my beautiful online community that stretches to all the corners of the earth. Thank you for the support. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your evolution. Thank you for standing side by side with me and courageously navigating this planetary shift. I love you, I honor you, and I see you. Wow. And I am also extremely grateful to all of you for for giving me this opportunity and being here patiently listening to me. And definitely also your questions help me understand my own understandings better. So I am so grateful to Laurie, and I'm so grateful to this opportunity that I've got, and definitely all the insights and all the understandings that I have got from where I don't know. So I just shared whatever I knew, and I'm so grateful for this journey. Thank you all. So we come to the end of Divine Design finally after 42 days, 42 classes.
Thank you, Smita, for this journey. It was amazing. I have missed almost like, I think some 10 chapters, I think. I have to
10
do it.
days,
And,
not
yeah,
10 chapters.
10 days.
10 days is
Okay.
not equal to 10 chapters
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you've done
And
multiple
now,
chapters.
no, I think I had to do from the 10th chapter.
Acha, okay, okay.
I had to do from the 10th chapter. Now I'm in the 11th chapter. So
Hmm.
yeah, almost 10, 11 chapters I was not online. I missed the online session and I was sitting and listening.
It's okay. Your mother needed you. Your family needed you.
Yeah, that was there. Yeah. Thank you. It
Thank
was a very
you.
nice journey, Smita, with you. From April, I'm with you. It is a very nice journey.
Yeah. Actually, while reading the last few thing, when I was like, what do you say, in tears. May not be here, but when I was actually reading it for the first time, I was in tears. It
Yeah.
was so beautiful for me to read what the GFOL was saying.
Ma'am, I want to ask something. Like, when we did Pioneers, the third wave of light workers, which were called, so in that it is written they were born with knowingness and they held memories of their past lives, they could recall. But here they say that it's not connected, and we like in the last chapter they said, right, we are not connected, our past lives are not connected, they are all separate. Then
No,
it,
it means that they are full aware of who they are. They are aware of their plan. They are aware of their connection, their channel, and all of those things. They are aware of what the Earth experiment is. That knowledge is there.
okay, just the soul knows its journey, they want to say that.
Huh.
Just
Their
that.
soul knows what its plan, what the Akashic record is, what it's come for, purpose, all that it knows, is what they're saying in that sentence.
Ma'am, if you restart this workshop about DD again, or any workshop, please do let us know. Like on behalf of the whole group, we loved, utterly loved being with you. These were 42 beautiful days which we spent with you. Don't feel like parting. Such a beautiful group. I'll miss you all, guys. Yeah,
No, I'll be probably doing few more. I am maybe 2 more classes or 3 more classes we can do for question and answers, because there are so many people who have not still done Divine Design. So as and when your questions accumulate, and if you have, let's say, about 10 questions or something something like that, then maybe I can call for a meeting and then we can do it.
Yeah, because I was thinking of restarting all those videos and booked again. Ma'am, I read a few pages of Thinking and Destiny. Such a beautiful description he has given. One sentence, just one sentence I'll read to you guys. It's beautiful, ma'am. Like the author has written about himself. It's like author's forward, ma'am. While stepping up to the northeast corner, curbs shone, light greater than that of myriads of suns opened in the center of my head. In that instant or point, eternities were apprehended. There was no time. Distance and dimensions were not in evidence. Nature was composed of units. I was conscious of the units of nature and of units as intelligences. Within and beyond, so to say, there were greater and lesser lights. The greater pervading the lesser lights, which revealed the different kinds of units. The lights were not of nature, they were lights as intelligences, conscious lights. Compared with the brightness and lightness or lightness of those lights, the surrounding sunlight was a dense fog. Ma'am, he was awakening.
Yeah,
It was beautiful.
yeah, I read that. Correct.
You've read that, ma'am?
Yeah, I've read some part of T&D. I've still not finished it, but I've been still reading.
Oh, you've got it photostated even, or directly from.
No, I'm reading it on my laptop itself.
Okay. It's nice. Somewhere in between, I started reading it. I found it like I was clueless. He has a different language, duo and noetic being kinds, no? So I was finding it difficult. So I thought I should read from the beginning because I'm not like you. From anywhere, I would read and
No, even I'm not like anybody. Even I need a beginning context. Okay. Anybody else? Any other questions or any other feedback? Any takeaway? Yeah, Hema, how did you
Thank
feel?
you so much.
Yeah,
I haven't come.
Geetanjali?
It's been such a long time. I haven't. I catch up with the videos, but this last week I had a small fall,
Yeah,
and
I can see that. Huh?
but yeah, I think I handled it in a very different way. But these
Oh, that really helped you.
not see, the thing is, sometimes when you speak and then we are going with the book, I can't say it leaves you speechless. It's just that understanding, no, it's that shift which happens. It doesn't leave, like, I don't know even what to question. Like, see, like yesterday about the Akashic recordings being about now. See, when we talk about karma, we somehow in our head we had this concept. It's from some previous lifetime to this lifetime. Some and all. We just confuse ourselves completely by reading all kinds of things, and we confuse ourselves basically. But this thing was like it just blew that off, like that there's nothing. If you're this lifetime you have chosen, 90% is already there. The 10% choice, in the 10% choice that we have, we know royally how to screw it up.
What is this 10% choice? There is no 10% choice. 90% is programmed.
Everything 90%
90%
already done. That 10%
correct.
only here you are trying to, somebody comes into the picture, some like Google is put in somewhere, maybe. But we
No,
don't
let
know.
me
We react
clarify
to
that.
it so much.
Let me clarify that.
Yeah,
In that, the Akashic record, the DNA is there, right? In that DNA, the DNA, it means that there is 10% of the DNA, and then there is a rest of the 90% of the DNA. That 10% of the
Yes.
DNA is controlled by the GFOL, where they say human beings have to look like this only, male body will look like this only, male will operate like this only, female will operate like this only. But let's say babies will be like this only. Your mouth will speak like this only. If you hear, this is how ears will work. So this is a general rule, general stuff for a human body. Whatever generic is there, all that is applying in that 10%.
Including our
90%,
milestones when growing up.
No, that is all coming from that 90%. 90% is customized.
Okay.
For example, let's say, what can I say? You get a phone, factory model you get. When you get the phone from the company, you get the factory settings, correct? But then later on, what do? You go and do all the settings in your phone so that you can get it to your customization. Maybe you want a screensaver, then maybe you want the contacts to look like this only, or some widgets you're going to put. All of those things are customized. But at the factory level, all the phones are going to be the same, no? From a factory, all the iPhones are going to be same, all Androids are going to be the same. But after you get it in your hand, what you do is that 90%. And in that 90% only, you're going to say, I'm going to plan something else in that 90%. You will plan something else in that 90%. But every of that plan should be recorded in that 90. Only then you can experience in this life. That is called the Akashic record. It is like a programmed plan.
Yes, ma'am. So we are already making that plan before we come here, right?
Yeah, before we come here. Death is also planned before only. Everything is planned before only.
Correct.
Because you have to, even if you have to work with some other 3D being, your other friends, for whatever, everything has to be done before itself. That is what they are saying. Because
Even the
it has
soul
to go as
family.
per that plan. Yeah, the only choice that you have is when you respond, when some, let's say when that emotion, somebody triggers some emotion. When it is coming out, are you in awareness of experiencing that emotion, or you are somewhere lost and you're fighting that emotion, you're resisting that emotion, all that? There is a choice. If you, how do you respond? There you have a choice.
Yes,
There
ma'am.
only you can grow.
Every yes and a no, basically.
Yeah. So that depends on whether you executed the plan fully. Plan is getting executed, but in that, how much you succeeded or no, that also, that is depends. That depends.
Yeah.
But if you did not succeed, then at some point you will say, okay, fine, I didn't experience this properly last time. This time, let me just do it. But it is not because you are carrying somebody else's hitting to this time hitting. It is just that emotion. That emotion was not experienced properly. This time again, you'll put that in the plan. That's all. It is not called karma because it doesn't fall in the definition of karma. You will reap what you sow is the definition of karma. What you did, you will repent or you will get back. That is not what we are talking about here. You're saying that, okay, if some syllabus was incomplete, I will plan the syllabus again in the new plan. But everything is working from the new plan only, they are saying.
Correct.
Yeah.
Sometimes, ma'am, there is questions means, I don't know, sometimes I don't know how to verbalize the question, I think. When they are asking that I find that some of them have more clarity in asking the question.
See, asking questions is also again maybe, who knows, contract only. Because I
Been
have to
wonderful,
learn, no.
ma'am.
Because something is
Yeah.
that is triggering something inside me, no.
Yes. It's a process for you also, no, ma'am.
Yes, absolutely. See, when we come as somebody who can share our knowledge here, no, we are opening ourselves to a bunch of people. So, and we are saying, okay, whoever has the whatever we can learn from this, whatever is going to trigger out from this, can get triggered out. So many people will come here and they become nervous when the questions are asked. Then the nervousness is going to come out. Then as they clean up all of those things, then that stability, then that strength, all of that will come, and then you'll be able to stand here without nervousness. It's all again an evolution.
Fragility of our life, no, ma'am. It's we don't realize it at all. Every day we're just getting up, standing, walking, coming. Even there is something supporting us and letting us even cross one road.
Yeah, that is that God, that intelligence that is connected to you.
It's amazing, actually.
Thank you
so much.
Yeah. Hema?
Thank you, Smita, for the awesome session. Hats off to you for your knowledge and, the interest with which you explained each and every point in so much detail. Like, I did miss a few sessions during the new year. I have to catch up on those videos. But great experience and awesome learnings. And I do have one doubt, like in terms of the health, this thing, sometime back you spoke about the food. I missed that point. I had some work inside, so I missed. So what I have a doubt is, see, I decided to go sugar free, okay? But then I'm resisting the sugar, like what you said, what you used to say, even in the magic book, when you resist, the things will persist. So I keep seeing sweets and I get tempted a lot to eat. So how
See, when you do something, right, you need to have a strong why. Why you want to do it.
Correct. Okay.
What kind of experience you want to get from it. Then you will be motivated to do that. But if you think that sugar is hurting me, that's why I want to quit it, then that may not go as per the new explanation and even as per the magic book that we saw.
Okay.
So if you think that sugar is making you fat, then work on that belief system. Why
Okay.
don't you rather bring in so many other, why don't you exercise and bring in so many other habits?
Hmm.
Work with your other belief systems where
Okay.
you can slim down and all of those things.
Right.
See, ultimately, we can't drop all our belief systems right at one shot,
Hmm.
but we can slowly work on one by one
Correct.
where there is fear.
Hmm. Okay.
If you have a belief system where if I exercise, I'll be fit,
Hmm.
there is no fear there. So
Yeah.
there, it is okay to keep that belief system for a while
Hmm.
and work on only the fear-based belief systems initially.
Okay. Okay.
We can only see to give this time, give this about 2 years, 3 years, whatever years that is necessary. This is only
Hmm.
called evolution. It will take years, hundreds of years.
Correct.
But let us start somewhere.
Yeah.
Even if one day you did one, let's say, inch of that belief system also, then that is a good progress only.
Correct. And tell me something. So if we start consuming more fruits and juices, so this addiction will come down, is it? This craving will
In
come
my
down.
experience, when you start taking higher frequency foods in general, higher
Hmm.
frequency, when the body becomes high in frequency, craving, which is a lower frequency, will slightly change. That equation will change inside you. But at the same time, if you're taking those high frequency foods, at that time you should be willing to go and then face that what do you say, belief system that will say sugar is bad. Don't label foods. My only request is don't label the foods. You don't eat it, that is okay. But have a healthy, what do you say, don't burn that bridge with respect to that food. Don't
Okay.
fight with that food. Don't call it poison inside your head. Because your mind, and that mind is the one that is working on this body. Let that mind not have poison.
Hmm.
Food is not poison. Mind has poison.
Correct.
So don't have poison in your mind. That is only my request.
Yeah, right. Hmm.
You don't have to eat it. It's okay, because if you think that, okay, I can't, I still have to work on my energy, all that. If you have that thing, you work on it. You don't have to drink or eat that. But part your ways with that, with a healthy thing. And if you can't part with it, yeah, continue it. Work on other plans in your life to balance it.
Got it. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
Thank
how
you.
to work? Suppose I understand that I have problem in letting go. So how to work?
How to work on letting go?
Yes, ma'am.
Why should you should understand why should you let go? Then that's if you don't want to let go because it is still holding you, don't let go. Food, right?
No. Like it can be applied anywhere. The way, just like Hema ma'am said, that she cannot let go the cravings for sugar. In my case,
See,
if
go ahead, go
suppose
ahead.
anything happened in the past, or I thought I have forgiven, but then I think I didn't let it go since I remember it, or
The thing
like
is, we will never forget anything, Sonia. There is no whitewashing of past experiences. It will not go away from your head. But today, what is the story you're telling about that experience? If you say that person hurt me, that person this did to me, if that is the story you're saying, that story has to change. That story has to become more acceptable to you in terms of, let's say it happened for the right thing. You need to be convinced on that level. Then there is nothing called forgiveness. Forgiveness means what? Somebody did wrong to me and I did not deserve it, so I'm going to forgive him. But try forgive him. Let's say you forgive him this time. Next time, if he does the same thing, will you forgive him? Hey, how many times to forgive this person? Yeah, I'm like constantly forgiving and he's still doing. That will happen. So forgiveness is a very 3D concept. So you should be able to come to a higher level of understanding. Put a bigger tattva gyan on top of that experience for
uh,
that experience.
But now I think that like after this class, I try to correlate all the things of the same pattern which happened, and then I thought this could have been the lesson. And now in the last chapter, second last chapter, it was told these are the energetic chords which we need to release, and these are the lessons. Oh my god, it all made sense. But like day before yesterday, I was just thinking that we have a problem in letting go. Usually, like the way Hema ma'am said, letting go the cravings. Like I cannot pinpoint right now. I forgot 2 days ago what I thought, but there was some point where I felt everybody has a problem in letting go. So how to let it go? Now I understand what you're trying to say is find the reason behind. Automatically the things will vanish, and if we apply DD knowledge, then I guess, like if we try to apply knowledge in Hema ma'am's case, then craving for the
See,
sugar
most of the craving has an underlying emotion. So when she's craving, she has to figure out, let's say some food is calling her and some food is triggering something in her. She needs to first understand what is that emotion what is that, let's say, light code that is basically coming out. What is that emotion that is coming out? Consciousness, that is core consciousness, that is coming out. Then typically, if you're okay with that core consciousness accepting and all of that, then it's gone. Let's say, oh yeah, I accept all the core consciousness coming out, I understood craving, but I still want to eat it, then it's actually not gone. It has to be understood at a higher level. But what I typically understand is cravings for sugar and all of those things is because the body is also asking for healthy glucose inside the body. Healthy glucose inside the body. So glucose can come from many places. It doesn't have to come from sugar again. It can come from fruits also. And those are higher frequency sugars. So when you put in a higher frequency sugar compared to a lower frequency sugar, your body will slowly manage that. And then you will also balance your craving.
Ma'am, but suppose there was a type of pickle like kanji. In Punjabis, we make kanji achar. My mother used to make when I was small, and I used to love it. Now, when I've grown up, now I make it. Now I've made it. It is specially made in winters. It is super tangy and very like spicy according to your taste. So now I have cravings, but it is related to my childhood. I still cannot overcome. So what can be the CC behind it?
So
Like it
why do you
hurts,
think you
like,
should not eat it?
Yes.
Why do you think you should not eat it?
I always fall sick. Like after 3 days of continuous having 1 cup of that kanji water, I get cold and cough. Like if it's super tangy, it becomes super tangy with time, like in a week's time. So now if I have it, I know I'll fall sick for sure. But still I have
See, there
craving.
are two ways. First thing is, if I want to eat it, then I should be okay with my belief system that says I will fall sick also. I should be able to say, yeah, that if drinking that was actually worth the sickness. So let me go through the sickness also with pleasure. So that kind of acceptance should come. But when you say, I want the kanji water, but I don't want to fall sick, but my belief system is going to program that, my belief system is programmed to do that, but I don't want to accept that, then there is a conflict.
Yes.
Either you drop the belief system and go through this, or you rather change the belief system to, let's say, saying kanji water is also good and nothing will happen to this. All that you should program yourself. So it is again what belief systems we have that we are resisting, stopping this flow that is happening. And it takes, if some of these belief systems takes time, work on other smaller ones. Because where there is no physical sickness, there are other belief systems where there is no physical sickness. It is connected to other things like situations, and work on those things and get habit. And then you come to handling these bigger belief systems, which are working on your body level.
Okay.
That is what typically I try to do, because even I do have, as let's say, I've been practicing as this practitioner for the last 20 years. And even I have developed all of these things at a food level. So, because I also have been teaching people not to do it and all that. So when I work with cancer cases and all that, I make them rather reduce all of those complex foods. And I used to give different reasons based on my consciousness. But over a period of time, I've realized that when I was giving them reasons, my body also got affected. Because when I talk, who am I talking to? I'm talking to myself only. That's when I realized, oh my God, mind is actually working with body.
Ma'am, same thing happens to me. Like many a times when I say something to clients, like I read this, obviously I'm talking to myself and I think that things are affecting me too. And like since 2 days.
See, this is 2019-18 type. So when I used to tell them something, I used to think they are separate, I am separate. So when I tell them something, it'll apply to them, it does not apply to me, because anyway I'm healthy, all of that I used to think. But later on, the same foods did not work for me also. Why? Because I constantly kept telling them, don't eat, don't eat, don't eat, don't eat because of this reason, don't eat because of this reason. So that oneness concept has to come inside you. You will talk what applies to you only. See, we are learning in this process to see everything as the same. At some point, we will get to that state that the gap will close. When that gap will close, we don't know. It is still yet to close for me also. But this is our journey. This is our plan. The evolution process is to work with others and then evolve in the process. See, when you go and talk to people, when they ask questions, when they share their problems and all, actually, whatever you are feeling, in my case, what I've always felt is whenever they share their experiences, there is always some common story between me and them.
Yes.
In their life and my life. There is
Yes.
always a common story. Something or the other there is common. There are different, like more than 100, 500, 600 cases I've seen. But still there is a common story. So like that, we are actually talking to our own contracts and telling them, trigger some of these emotions within me. And while I do a lifetime working with them. So when I'm working with them, in the process, every single day when they're talking, when I'm interacting with them and all that, what is it that they're constantly triggering within me? Sometimes they surrender, sometimes they don't surrender, sometimes they listen to me, sometimes they don't listen to me. What are the things that are constantly triggering within me? Maybe sometimes I'm losing my patience. Sometimes they are not understanding. I'm judging them. There are so many things that I've learned in the process.
Ma'am, suppose if I find that people are hiding from me, like there are facts or things they are hiding. Could be I don't feel bad, or whatever the reason be. I've seen this pattern. That what does that imply? That even I'm hiding something inside me.
That is what
Like
even I
I'm
thought.
accepting.
If see when somebody is hiding in, let's say for example, you have your own your sister's family. Now in your sister's family, what all happens? Do you know? You don't know. But why is it that there is expectation that some people should share and some people, if they don't share also, it's okay? So it's the expectations that we have that in these kind of relationships, they have to be transparent. That is again a belief system. So we need to just stop and say, okay, fine. If they share, they don't share, I'm okay with that. Because in my case, I used to I used to answer many queries. But they never used to give me feedback about whether it worked, it did not work. The line would just go blank after that. Communication line. Not phone, but then chats. Then there was an expectation. Why is it that they don't respond? Then I dropped that expectation. Because that experience happened to me. Somebody expected something from me and they accused me of not responding back. That is when I realized that I'm also doing the same thing in my own life. I mean, in this life only, I'm telling everything in this life only. It's not like past life stuff. So we have to find that intuition will come, and sometimes it'll tell you, it'll give you connections, all of those things, it'll come and tell you. So until then, we just have to keep releasing, accepting this, that is the best thing that you can do. Whether you understand or don't understand, let the emotion come out, accept the emotion until it goes out like a cloud that is passing through you.
Yes, ma'am, you've brought this far. Again, when I'll rewatch all the videos, you'll bring me up to another level. And then if again I revisit those things, again, you will bring us to the another level. You'll keep on bringing us to other levels. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Yes, Kavita?
First and foremost, thanks so much, Smita. It's
Thank
like,
you.
college line, I remember all these questions. Why am I born in India? Gender, all of these questions. And, this single book seems to answer all the questions I had. In fact, I had circulated one survey with some 10, 15 questions, very similar to, what this book is answering. And thank you so much. It's like, they say, if you know one, you know everything. Like that, this book is answering a lot of, thanks to Annapurni, who actually introduced me to you and your sessions and, this group, gratitude group. I hope we can continue to, share and in terms of implementation, be it in terms of all these, being grateful or meditation, all of these, and what kind of, day-to-day issues we are facing. And thanks to this, wonderful group, we've not met each other, but there is some kind of that same frequency or, something that is keeping us all together. And thanks to you for bringing us all together. Smita.
See,
And one
I didn't bring you all together. Some form of frequency brought you all together. You all subscribe to this paradigm.
Okay.
And then you all resonated with it, so you all continue to come in.
Ma'am, it was our soul contract to be together, to be uplifted to some level together.
Yeah, together. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
You were mentioning about, when Hema asked on this question of be it sugar or actually, right now I'm parked somewhere. There is one chips packet that, pulls me. So how do I figure out what is that emotion under me, be it for a sugar or for a salt? Is there some template?
There was somebody's, I think one of the monk or one of the Zen yogis or somebody had told us, if you want to eat something, eat it. Why shouldn't you eat it? What will happen? Let's say something happened. To body something happened. Let it happen. Let it happen. Keep eating. It again called you, eat it. It again called you, eat it. Again you fell sick, it's okay, you fell sick. He told, keep doing it and you'll reach a point where you won't do it anymore.
Okay.
It's like this. When we go to meditation, what do? We focus on one single point. Breath. What does that mean? When you keep going to focus, you're actually becoming a master of focusing on that point. So that point will show you God inside. That point itself is the guru that will take you to God. Now, let's say if chips is your God. If you keep focusing on that chips, the chips will take you to God and you don't need the chips anymore. But are we prepared to do that? That strength we need to build. To be able to say, it's okay. Whatever happens, I am still going to go behind my God. That Zen monk told that. We just have to have that. We need to develop that inner strength to be able to do that well. And in my case, I do have some belief systems that when I eat certain foods, I will obviously get a cold or something. Not obviously, I'll get a cold. But I'm, as of now, working on my other belief systems, which are smaller belief systems, which are not particularly body related. But I will definitely, I know that one day I will definitely come to those parts of me where I have formed body belief systems also. Because why did I not choose to experience those? Is at that time I was not able to conduct client sessions and all that because of my sickness. It used to, cripple me for a long period. So that was not acceptable to me. So that's why I cleaned up my diet in that way. But again, that's a belief system only. I should be willing to go through, because again, who is client? Again, a reality only. See, that kind of strength has to come. For me also, I'm not there yet. I should honestly say I'm not there yet. But I can understand what I have to do. Very clearly, I can understand. But implementation, not everything right now. Some parts will start, some parts I will, as my habit develops, I will have to take it later.
Smita, how do some people, change overnight? Like suppose they decide to go oil-free, sugar-free. How do they, make changes overnight and follow the healthier lifestyle? How does
They have
that
practiced it a lot. They have practiced it a lot. At a subconscious level itself, that programming and belief system would have come a lot. See, in my case, I was a hardcore dairy person. I come from a Brahmin family and we have like literally everything dairy types.
right?
So, but when I had my autoimmune issues and I was suffering and all of it, somebody told me when I was desperately seeking for health advice. At that time, somebody told me, quit all dairy, quit this, quit that, and all of that. I quit because for me, I was dying. There was no other choice for me. And then I didn't look back. And I formed belief systems around it. And that belief system was so strong that, of course, I changed the belief system. Initially, I used to blame that food, milk and all that. But then later on, I changed it to that food is not human food. It was just meant for me
Correct.
when I was supposed to consume it. And now I've got the knowledge that it is calf's food and I don't have it. So now I don't feel like having it also. But there are definitely a lot of plant foods that still call me. May not be samosas, may not be those, let's say, street foods or something, but definitely some simple foods itself calls me. I need to work on that. But as of now, I need to work on some other practice these on other belief systems. I have been doing it even before Divine Design. And like from last May, many of the transformations have started happening. This kind of exposure has started happening from May itself. And since then, I've been working slowly. I drop, I get up, I drop, I get up, I drop, I get up. Like this, it's happening.
So based on your desperate situation, like maybe some underlying condition or something is there, and then they start working on it. Okay.
So these food-based relationships are there for me since my childhood.
Yeah.
Because I used to be very plump. At that time, I missed out on lots of foods that I thought made me fat.
Mm-hmm.
But I was insecure from my own inside. That I did not realize, no. So, but I've connected all of these foods. Of course, those things changed over a period of time. But then as a part of this lifestyle, I quit them.
So how did you, overcome your insecurity? See, even in my case, I have been a healthy child since childhood. I have been healthy, okay, till today. So how should I actually change my mindset and work on my insecurity and all that? Like, what do you suggest?
So when you think that somebody is insulting you, or when you feel insulted or something, you should understand that before Divine Design, I never used to think about, oh, these are like codes, these are this. But I used to think that, okay, whatever is coming to me is something that I have to learn from. Yeah, this insecurity was already inside me. That's why I had to know that it was inside me. And that person is coming to help me understand my own karma, is what I thought.
Correct.
So it was acceptable that insult was okay for me over a period of time, because I used to teach people also in these things. So when you keep doing the same things, at least over a period of time, you will get the same gyan inside your own head.
Okay.
So I have noticed that the amount of fluency I have on my own teaching, everybody don't have. Rather, my own clients don't have, because they are not talking about it on a daily basis.
Correct.
They are only working on themselves, but I'm working on multiple people at the same time, on same things. In fact, sometimes I would have told the same thing to coincidentally 2-3 people, and then I would have realized, oh, yeah, actually this applies to me also. No, right? Something like that.
Okay.
So intuitively, some knowledge would have come, but actually that knowledge was for me. But in the process of telling somebody, I would have realized it's for me. Those people would have triggered that.
Yeah. Right.
Because I didn't realize when the knowledge came to me, I didn't realize it's for me. But those people triggered that it's for you. That's why it's coming to you.
Correct.
So there's a lot of understanding that you will eventually get, and you can't do this with your intellect. It has to be intuitive. And the way we get intuitive is by constantly trusting that inner guidance that comes, or inner thoughts that come. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bindu?
Hema, sorry, Smita, I'll just Hema, see, some people know this Vairagya is something which some people have. So in my case, I have accepted that they are made like that, I am made like this. And I am working on myself.
What is Vairagya according to you?
See, when, like she said, some people can drop off certain things, and like they say, tomorrow onwards I can drop eating or drinking this, they're holding on to it, Smita. Whereas for us, when we see it, we are tempted again.
Because your why is not very strong. Their why is very
Ah,
strong.
exactly. So
WHY
what
is very
happens?
strong.
No,
And that
what
why
I'm
became
saying,
strong over a period of many, many experiences.
correct.
It is not overnight. You see that as overnight. You think that, see, when you think that other people are able to do something that I can't, it is a limitation that you need to see inside yourself. Limitation means that I'm judging myself. That is a limitation, not that they are better than me. Why should you think? Like I said, those are HTCs who have different plans. You are HTC with a different plan. Why do we have to compare? They had to leave something, you didn't have to leave. Who knows what is their journey and who knows what is your journey. They are only here to do some actions in front of you and then make you trigger something, coincidentally trigger something inside you. That is all is the contract. But you'll see that, and what it will happen inside you, that is a contract. But they'll keep doing whatever they want to do. No, you don't have to compare your life with them.
No, correct. We are accepting ourselves the way we are, basically.
Yeah,
But in
and
that
that is
also,
definitely not vairagya or something. They just finished that experience. Whatever experience that food was triggering inside them or whatever thing, they finished it. That soul finished that journey, and now they are moving on.
okay.
Otherwise, you can't do it so effortlessly. Otherwise, like Hema, you'll be craving. Because soul always wants to go back to an incomplete experience. That it has to understand what is that experience, no? So emotion. So it will keep wanting to go back. You can't finish it like that. I'm sure in my life, I'm sure I was a vegan and I've practiced it for many, many lifetimes. And I've done with the milk experience. And as a child, I've like drank like people have never, I've never seen any other food. I've drank so much. Even for food also, I was drinking. For drink also, I was drinking. Whole day, I was literally on milk only. It was like my quota got over. My mother keeps joking. But yeah, how will I quit in my milestone, in my own journey, let's say if I have to move on from that frequency, there needs to be a belief system that I have to bring inside, right or wrong, that will say this is bad for you. Then only you'll quit. But it's like I'll pull myself slowly out of it somewhere in the middle of the journey where you no longer you no longer care for that food anymore. At that time, the sense is going to come into you as knowledge to say, hey, that is not poison. Because they know, your own soul knows that you won't go back to it anymore because now that desire is not there.
Working on the why is most important.
Yes. I see, recently I wanted to go raw vegan completely. But there was definitely a pull for cooked food, even cooked vegetables for that matter. And then I was talking to a friend, raw vegan, and she said, Smita, your why needs to be very strong, which I already knew. So for them who have already jumped on that journey, nobody needs to convince them to stay raw vegan. They want to be like that. But do I want to be like that now? No, but definitely nobody has to convince me to go vegan, to be vegan. Nobody is like saying, people are watching you, stay vegan. Nobody is doing that. But definitely, I will, what do you say? I can't be raw vegan yet fully. Because I'm still enjoying these cooked foods. But I can definitely work on my belief system to accept these foods that I want to eat.
Very true, Smita, because we come from homes where our whole palate was fed with different kind of food and so much is available and everything. So when we are doing this, it's like a paradigm shift we are trying to do, right? So that why, like you said, has to be strong enough for us to do that shift.
No, but see, more than anything, no, in that very moment, if somebody is triggering something, accept it, allow the shift to happen, and just keep going. Whether your body is suffering, whether your mind is suffering, whatever, that suffering should not be there. Experience it.
Correct.
That's all you can do. If you think about future, if you think about past, then there is a problem. That's what the book was saying. No, never go to the past. There is no past, there is no future. In the now moment, what is happening, work on that. Yeah, in the now moment, you are getting physical issues, experience it. In the now moment, you are eating like chips, eat it. Why are you connecting the previous moment and this moment? Why are you saying that the previous moment I ate chips, that's why I have stomach pain now? Why shouldn't the stomach pain be just a, what do you say, some trauma that you're releasing? Because let's say some frequency, you have evolved to some higher emotion, higher frequency. Like that, we need to think. Don't connect moments. Whatever comes, just keep going. In Ramta's book, he was saying that there are these cryptic words where I think Jesus was saying, if you're something, then cut off your hand, is that. But he did not say cut off your hand. He meant that body, don't be attached to your body so much. Let it experience whatever it has to. We want to evolve, but we don't want the body to go through ups and downs. Then how will it evolve? How will the lower frequency body become a higher frequency body if you're not willing to release the lower frequency? Lower frequency means all the traumas and fears and all that you've trapped inside the body. Now, if we don't release that with respect to all the diseases that we are experiencing, then how will it go? So what we have to understand from this book is what is coming out is what was already inside, not what you ate yesterday. It was already inside. But why is this connection? Because you've made this connection for so many times that you think that these foods are connected. But actually, that kind of release, the type of release that you're releasing, you've been programmed your body. You've been constantly programming your body to release it in that level only. If I release as a part of cold, one of my, let's say my throat chakra will be blocked. Because of some emotion that is maybe getting blocked at throat chakra. So the nearest exit is your nose and mucus and all of that. It'll come through that only. But if you are having security issues and all, it'll go get blocked at the root level. Depending on the frequency of the emotion, that chakra will get clogged. So we have to see which chakra is getting clogged and all of those things. So the emotion we have to, so don't think too much. Just keep going through whatever is releasing. There are two things. First, people will trigger you. Be aware of that. Trigger emotions within you. That is based on program, Akashic Record program. Second thing is, whatever you did not release in the past, whatever you did not allow in terms of feeling, that feeling will come out through disease. Then be aware. When it's going out, be aware. Again, if you go and connect this food to that food and all that, typically these problems will happen. See, this is my understanding. But I am also yet to apply it fully in my life. Because practically, every single day we need to live it. And I know when I'm willing to accept that problems also coming out, I should be willing to not come on the screen and, or I should be willing to blow my nose all the time or cough all the time. So which I need to take time off from all of those things, from those media and all of this thing, and stay separately means stay with myself and be willing to be aware, be willing to accept, be in that calm state and all that. So I need time for that. So for that, I'm waiting for the time when I can actually apply that and all of those things. And when my body reacts because of my old belief systems, be with that, allow it to release, be in the gratitude mode, all that we have to be. So there are so many things that will come. And all of these are again challenges also that we need to face as a part of these things. So it's not easy to get out of 3D because we've lived millions of years here like this only. Even worst case, we've lived like this. And plus we've got through all these, 4D issues and all of those things. 4D races. So many things are trapped. So we need to be willing to allow it to go. Yeah. Yeah, Bindu. Thank you, Gitanjali.
Smita, Hema here.
Bindu, you're on mute. No, nothing. Okay. Yeah, Hema.
Yeah, suppose like we have a close set of friends, okay? And like what happens is it's a one-sided relationship. And those friends don't like, it's always that to maintain the friendship, I'm only taking initiatives all the time to connect to them by giving gifts and different things, like, to meet up and all that. And in that bargain, like, but they never respond. Okay. So, and you feel bad that, okay, only I am taking the initiative all the time. And that expectation is there that, sometime at least if I call 5 times, they will at least call 1 time back to check on you, how are you doing and what. But then they are not doing that. So how do you actually, and you feel bad. So how do you actually deal with this kind of a situation?
What do you see inside yourself? Why do you keep going to them? What are they giving you back?
So for some happiness, like, to maintain the friendship and, to be connected to them and like to relive those moments where they spend time together and, all those things. So
You are doing it for your happiness, right? How is them doing anything connected to this whole thing? Is this in this I will get happiness if I'm connected to them and they continue to keep doing their work of reciprocating and all that, then the belief system has got extended a little bit with expectations and all that. So wherever there's expectation, there is always disappointment.
Correct.
That's a fundamental thumb rule. So you have to drop your expectation, and like how you do for your family as a mother.
Right.
Whether they do anything to you, whether they don't do anything to you, you're anyway doing your duty as a mother, no? So that's a duty of a friend.
Correct.
You continue to keep doing your work, whether they respond or they don't respond or something. But at that time, but if you think that, okay, this is not working for me anymore, then you drop it and go, no? Why? And you see whether they want to come back. See, your dependency on that should actually drop. Your attachment to those things have to drop.
Right. Okay.
Why should you feel that you have to feel complete? You should already have all that within you. Then you need to get the joy when you are serving them, when you're connecting, bringing that group together. Then that should bring you joy.
Right.
Your work itself should bring you joy.
Mm-hmm.
Versus they doing something back to you. Then there is expectation and you'll be disappointed.
Correct. Got
Even
it.
in a home setup, if you keep thinking that somebody else will also have to do this, then I will also do this. I'm a wife, I can only do this, or he's a husband, he has to do only this. Then there's again a lot of problems. You should do your duty, whether they do whether they do it or no.
Right.
In this moment, if that work has come to you, it's your duty.
Right.
If somebody had to do it, they would have already done it by now.
Got it.
Because you're supposed to learn only, it's in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So these see, when we say core consciousnesses, right? Those are only super words. Under that, there are so many different underlying things.
Right.
Where does expectation comes? So many things are there. We don't even have that list in front of us.
Correct.
I'm sure there is if you open Google, there are lots of such mentions of these emotions. But we won't even remember if those things come in front of us. Because we'll be cross-check the list. Oh, it's let me go back to my fridge, the list of consciousness. What am I experiencing right now? Yeah, people have time, they can do all that, but they are so serious about working on themselves. Correct. But just understand that if you feel uncomfortable, if you feel low, if you're not happy, all of that is a sign that you're again feeling separated from God. If you feel one with God, you are in alignment with source. If you feel bad, if you feel opposite of that, then it means that you are separated from God. And any separation from God is actually something that you're supposed to learn to overcome it and then go back. See that there is God inside it and then again go back to that center.
Got it.
As you keep practicing, right? Sometimes you won't practice. Sometimes you'll practice something small. Then that small habits only will make you work on some other habits. And this will come from inside only. Just because I am telling you may not be able to.
He got it. See, I can completely understand your point. So the same thing happens to kids. How should I explain it to them? Like, they don't believe, like they are, they don't understand all these, and they're not ready to accept all these also.
Why should you explain this to kids?
No, for example, my daughter, she is also facing a similar kind of a problem. Okay.
Your daughter is a reality of you. What do you see inside her? Oh, she's suffering. That attachment you need to work on. And when you see problem in her, that is a judgment that you are bringing. That is an insecurity that you have, that anxiety
No,
that
I'm
you
not,
have.
like she shared this situation with me that,
So she has triggered what inside you?
Okay.
That experience has triggered what inside you? What emotion inside you? In this moment only she came and spoke to you on the phone. In
Yeah.
other moments, she was not in your reality at all.
Hmm.
You think that in your mind, your daughter is there, but actually in that reality, in that now moment, she's not there at all, no? In some now moment, she came and spoke to you and then she triggered something inside you. So what did she trigger? That is what you need to work on.
Okay.
She's just a person, a postman who gave you a message.
Hmm.
And some postmans have a contract to give us many messages because they are working on bigger core consciousnesses inside us. And when the bigger core consciousness has to be worked on, smaller consciousnesses and all has to be addressed first. It's like a parent and child relationship in these consciousnesses also.
So, but when such a kind of situation arises in her life, in her everyday routine, like, not many people are talking or whatever, she's not able to get response from her friends. So what can I tell her? Like, how can she be a better
You
person?
have to ask her to practice gratitude. That's all. You can tell whatever you want to tell, but it is up to her whether she will listen to you or whether she will do. If she will listen to you, then she will do. If she
So,
doesn't
but then
listen
they
to you,
say gratitude can't be forced also, right? Like,
yeah, so at some point she will not listen. So she may not listen. Even my daughter doesn't practice gratitude, but she's already practicing in her own way. Rather, she's living in her own way, right? So, but so what I'm trying to tell is, you do your job at every single time and forget about the outcomes. You tell and then you say, I'm surrendering whatever outcomes, whether she's going to do, whether she's not going to do. You surrender.
So what
every
I
time.
told her is,
There are some,
have expectations.
see, when you did gratitude class also with us, right?
Yeah.
So all the surrender and all of those things I've taught. So you need to write down this in a book and say, when in my daughter's case, when this situation happened, I'm going to practice surrender. Or in these situations, so you have to do journaling. When you do a lot of journaling, then it will stay in the mind.
Right.
The conscious mind has your head has a lot of information. You can't apply when the problem is right now in front of you. You need to have a practice. For that, when the problem comes in front of you, you need to sit and start writing about the problem. Put the knowledge also there only in the book. Put this also there in the book. Everything you need to do. Ask yourself what you're learning. Apply the knowledge. Write that knowledge also down. You need to do journaling. The more you do journaling, the more your conscious mind will understand what is inside the head that is connected.
No,
Otherwise, whatever I tell you now, you will forget about it. Do you remember all the classes that I've taught in the past? You don't remember. Why? This is what mind is.
Yeah, right.
We remember only what we have as a habit, as a practice, and whatever you have not practiced, you will not remember. So practice surrender. That is what I say. You don't need surrender is a life skill that you can apply in any area of your life.
Correct.
In any area of your life. All that you have to do is you do your job, forget about, delegate the outcome to the universe, and mentally be ready for all outcomes. Apply and see in all the problems that you have.
Correct.
Then you learn to trust the universe more.
Correct.
Good or bad, you learn to face your problems.
Right.
Now if you fear, I don't like this problem, I don't like her coming and talking to me, I don't like my child.
No, it's not she coming and talking to me.
I understand, but when she's suffering, when she's sad, you're sad. Why?
Right.
Yeah. So that
That
connection you
attachment
need to
is
work on.
because of the attachment, right?
Yeah. So those are the things we need to work on. And see, my daughter is also there. What do I do? Doesn't she face any problems? We surrender. That's all. Yeah,
Right.
she'll figure out. God will there. God will help her. When you surrender, you are opening some of the energy. You're not holding on to that energy with your lower limited thoughts.
Correct. Okay.
You are releasing it. When you release it, you are signing up and going and connecting to some other paradigm.
Right. Got it.
So work on surrender. See, problems will not have solutions. I will never discuss, case-to-case problems with my clients. I only tell them, this is the concept you applied.
Okay.
Because it works for any situation.
Correct.
You have to practice acceptance. You have to practice surrender. These fundamental core principles only you need to practice in your life.
Sure. Thank you
Okay.
so much. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Manjula?
So, Smita, this is not a clarification, but what happened really now when we discussed about the food, I also had a very complex relationship with food every time. That was happen. So today, the incident happened today morning. I just went for a coffee break in my office. I just was debating between should I choose a puff or a cutlet. Then I choose a cutlet, saying that this is more healthy. I didn't judge anyone, but I just myself. And then just when we were talking about the food, the puffs came into my room and testing me temptation whether I'm going to pick it now. It just happened like a couple of minutes back. I thought I'll share it. So as you said, now my own judgment is coming in front of me as a reality and checking me whether I'm standing to my judgment actually.
See, the way you need to understand is, first, the creation of anything happens inside your head. Any programming happens inside your head. So unless your head changes the story, expect the old story only to happen in front of you. And be willing to face the old story until the new story gets enough energy to manifest itself as a story in front of you, to replace that old one. So in the transition period, while your belief system is stronger, you might face the old experiences, old issues. At that time, be willing to face that also. But as you continue to keep practicing this habit, the time gap will become shorter. The time gap will become shorter, which means you making a new belief system and that happening in front of you. Time will get shorter.
Okay, thank you, Smita.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Sangeeta, after a long time.
Yeah, hello.
So which recording are you now?
Oh, I finished all the recordings till
Cool.
yesterday, but maybe not in the best way because I was multitasking when I was trying to do the recording. Probably that's one of the reasons why I could come up with so many questions. Maybe I have to go through them again and read the book. But if the chat group still remains open,
Yeah,
maybe
it
I
is.
connect with you
I'll
again.
keep it open for some time so that let it be come back. But then come fast. I'm asking people to come fast.
I did yesterday's recording as well, and then I came to realize somehow the last few chapters were bigger deal compared to the previous ones. Hearing people's comment, but while I was listening to the recording, I didn't feel that. So maybe I missed something. I have to go back. But overall,
no, maybe you were already mentally prepared that for all of these things to come.
Probably, maybe, yeah. But overall, it has been a very good journey. It has been very interesting. Thanks a lot to you. And not just related to the book, but we were discussing topics about kids, about food and neighbors and everything. And you were so open to talk about these topics. And thanks to you. And now I have made some more connections because of this group. Like you shared the Power book from just
Ashmi
Asmi.
ma'am, Ashmi.
Ashmi ma'am, yeah. And I attended few sessions and they were good. They were very good. And Power series is the one that I joined with you and Anita initially only via recording. And this time I'm trying to do it more consistently. Let's see.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I hear that you also plan to do it again in February, probably.
Yeah, we are planning to do it again in February. The secret, the magic, and the power, all the three together. In fact, we wanted to do that only, but then we decided that, okay, people should get a deeper understanding of why they have to think of evolution, think of raising their vibration and things like that. So then that's when I felt like doing the Divine Design book. And now you have, I'm sure all of them are motivated enough to go to practice on themselves.
Yes, Divine Design brings in a very fresh perspective,
Yeah.
science fiction perspective, and
Yeah.
I won't say that it's the book. There is much more to explore in this world,
Yeah, who knows?
but it is definitely a stepping stone to
Absolutely.
move forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
And thanks for introducing it to us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Be blessed. Bye. So tomorrow we'll not be having the class. So as and when questions come up or something like that, depending on the how people post questions on the group, I'll see if I can come up with a Zoom and then I'll answer it on the call. Same time, depending on need basis. Okay. Sure.
Thank you, Smita.
Bye.